Now, Friday Night Fever with Mike LUDLUM.
Good evening, everyone. I do not recall the last time in week number 8 that the Upper Peninsula had 2 football games in which teams were undefeated. They're strange matchups tonight. They're very, very non-conference. We will start in, for probably the first time in Friday Night Fever history, St. Ignace, where the undefeated Saints took on the Ishpeming Hematites in a cross-border war of types. Great. The handoff is to Andrew Goldthorpe. He is going to fumble, and the Ishpeming will recover. And then Isaac Olson's going to get the inside handoff. He cuts to the end zone from 17 yards, and it's an 8-0 lead for the Hematites. And Gage Kresge goes back. David LeVake is going to catch it for the first down. Mitchell Peterson will get the ball next, and he is going to keep running because he breaks a tackle, and he's breaking another one inside the 20 to the 10, out of bounds inside the 10. Gage Kresge would turn that into a touchdown. Ishpeming, though, wins this one with a touchdown in the second half, 20-14. So give that one to the Hematites. They stay undefeated at 7-0, the Saints' first loss. Now let's go to Menominee, where the Maroons were taking on the Lower Peninsula DeWitt Panthers. Nathan Nowak takes this one in from 2 yards out, 18-7 Maroons. On the 2-point try, Nowak fakes the keeper and finds Peyton Molesky. It's 20-7 Menominee. DeWitt will respond. Will Nagel calls his own number and powers in. Maroons still up 20-15 after the extra point. The Maroons are stalled on their next possession, and the fake punt, oops, that didn't work. And that's not good when you're playing the DeWitt Panthers. They will score as Nagel will find the big man, Evan Kahn. He will make the catch, 21-20 DeWitt. However, Kiefer Reisner scored from 2 yards out with 20 seconds to go. Menominee stays undefeated, 40-35. To Negaunee for the Diamond Jubilee matchup against Marquette. Oops, bad punt snap for the Miners. And Parker Bowman's trying to recover it, and Marquette tackles him on the 5-yard line. Then Demetrius Mullen, back after an injury, will get into the end zone, and that makes it 10-0 Redmen. Later in the quarter, Scott Tripp looking to throw. He decides, let's not bother with that. He will cut back all the way across the field, breaking arm tackles along the way, and he will score. Marquette had a 17-0 lead. Negaunee took a 23-17 lead first play of the fourth quarter. Marquette comes back with one more touchdown, and the Redmen keep the Diamond Jubilee Trophy 24-23. Kingsford and Gladstone, and Ben Morrow completes an 80-yard 12-play drive with this 11-yard run. He would score another touchdown to make it 14-0. Then Ben Schwalbach finds Jake Greenfield, and that's good for 63 yards and a touchdown. The extra point was missed. Kingsford still leads 14-6. Then Cordell Roberts will get into the end zone. That clinched a 68-yard drive, 21-6. Kingsford goes on to win this one, 45-27. Sault Ste. Marie in Delta County taking on the Escanaba Eskimos. On the 10-yard line, Logan Lamb takes the snap. He's going to run through everybody and just gets over the goal line. They had a discussion, and that discussion led to, yes, eventually a touchdown. So 7-0 Eskimos. To the second quarter, Blue Devils punting, but not very well because it's blocked by Jack Lynch, caught by Brandon Punzel. And the orange and black in pretty good position at that point. On the 25-yard line, Logan Lamb lobs it to Daniel Van Effen. Yes, that's a touchdown. 13-0 Eskimos. And Escanaba denies Sault Ste. Marie a playoff bid for now, 34-8. To the scoreboard, Iron Mountain, a non-conference victory, defeating Hurley 28-13. The Glen Model Towners back in the win column, 32-6 over Norway. West Iron County scores enough to defeat Hancock 43-24. And Calumet, Copper Kings still looking pretty good. Ironwood's having a rough year, 57-0 Copper Kings. Now let's go to a Mid-Peninsula game. Manistique in the green and white. Westwood. Luke Gray rolling out and fakes out our cameraman, but he finds Nick Briones, and that is a touchdown, and that gave the Patriots a 36-6 lead. Manistique trying to get going again on offense. Nolan Armock to Jake Arnold. And Jake makes a nice catch and some good gain after that. And then Armock would find Arnold once again. Unfortunately, Manistique would not be able to score on that drive. However, they did score in the second half, but Menominee was your winner, 54-20. On the list next, the Forest Park Trojans in their striped socks against the Munising Mustangs. And Forest Park is a little healthier than they have been, and things are looking pretty good. The handoff will go to Jake Donnell, and he will get a good gain. He ended up with 27 carries, 108 yards, and a touchdown on the night. Munising trying to get things going on special teams. We can see lots of black and white jerseys there, and they're going to deny the quarterback after a few yards here. Another good night for Dan Nassarini, and when he's healthy, he's very good. 18 carries, 160 yards, and 3 touchdowns, and Forest Park defeats Munising 34-8. Let us go to a scoreboard where the Lance Purple Hornets defeated Northland Pines 52-16, and Newberry getting closer to the playoffs. Newberry, actually, I think that is their 6th win. Newberry defeats Rudyard 38-6. 8-man football, the pinball machine, the North Central Jets right there against Rapid River. Third quarter action, Jets are already beyond 50, and Jason Whitens to Dylan Gagne, and I think he made the end zone. Yes, he thinks about it for a minute and decides that's a good idea, and that makes it 66-14. Rockets getting back into it a bit. Mason Berglund to George Canyu, and he is going to find the end zone, but too much JETS. Jets. They go on to win 82-20. Yeah, they're still pretty good, aren't they? Meanwhile, also 2 other teams in the poll in 8-man football, the Stephenson Eagles taking on Engadine, Stephenson's homecoming. Scout Bigger takes the pitch, and he is going to get a first down for Engadine. And the Eagles will get on the board in the Battle of the Eagles, where Hunter Collins, yes, we love 8-man football. You can wear number 55 and run all you want. 8-0 Engadine. Stevenson responds. Montel Glover from Trevor Topper. And that's a touchdown. That made it 8-6. They missed a 2-point conversion. And by the time the pinballs were done rolling here, Engadine was your winner, 52-38. Also on the scoreboard in 8-man football, Baraga picks up a victory tonight over Ewan-Trout Creek, 49-0. Cedarville cruises past Charlton Heston, 68-8. Also a big win for Pickford, 66-3 over Pelston. And Posen defeats Brimley by forfeit. And when we come back, we will check on some college hockey as NMU opens the home portion of its schedule against Lake Superior State. And we will check on the Red Wings. Also, one other football score to mention, Lakeland and Hubble defeated North Dickinson 44-30. We'll be right back. For the first time, believe it or not, Lake Superior State is the opponent for NMU in the Wildcats' first hockey game of the season at home. Kind of bizarre after 113 meetings. Let's go to the Barrie Events Center, and we'll pick this one up with the Wildcats. Ouch! That would be Aiden Wright going into the boards on a check from Anthony Piskarik, and that led to a 2-minute penalty. And then on the power play, that is a goal by Mitch Holtz at 4:45. And Lake Superior State is on the board, but NMU leads 2-1. Now on another power play, Mr. Holtz will be at it again. And he puts that one past a screen, Matthias Dahlstrom, and we are tied at 2 at 5:28. Walt Kyle probably not pleased. A little more than 5 minutes later, again on the power play, Barrett Kaib, zing! That finds the back of the net. Jordan Klimek and Derek Nowick, the assists, and NMU is in front 3-2 at 10:48. Then with just over a minute to go in the period, on the even strength, the first even strength goal of the game, Robbie Payne ended up with a hat trick, including that scramble in front of the net to make it 4-2. He scored the last 2 goals for NMU, and they pick up the victory by the count of 6-3. Michigan Tech defeated Ferris State 5-1. Carmel Villaruel scores in overtime. NMU over Ferris 1-0. Grand Valley beat up on Michigan Tech 7-0. In volleyball, Tech and NMU winners in their first matches of the Crossover Classic. Lake State lost to Kentucky Wesleyan 3-1. Tech fell to Lewis 3-2. And Tech women's tennis defeats Lake Superior State 7-2. In the Michigan Tech 5-1 hockey victory over Ferris State, Alex Patan had 2 goals for the Huskies, and Brett Boeing had 3 assists for Michigan Tech. In the Lakeland and Hubble football victory over North Dickinson, Blake Doopy had about 230 yards and 5 touchdowns, 44-30 the Lakes over at the Nordics. MSU Michigan tomorrow, 3:30. Enjoy. Thanks for watching. Have a good weekend.